Good morning and welcome back, Josh, Sam, and anyone else who's watching to Let's Be Aves-ing You. We have jumped not that far ahead, but we are further ahead than usual because we're getting to the point where we can do most of this stuff without having to record every other video. So I'll show you the few things. So last time you saw it was the Super Attacker. Since then, in the league, we are undefeated. Wins against Academica. Seemed like things were slowly ramping up. We then beat Benfica 3-0, which was much better than the Super Attacker result. Goals from the usual places. We then beat Beira-Mar 3-0. That tricky fixture that I often say is tricky, but actually never really seems to be. We beat Leria 4-0. We'll just talk about the league for now. Cavilla beaten 3-0. We drew 2-2 with Porto. We were ahead twice, and again they pegged us back twice. We then drew 1-1 with Rio Ave, which is also frustrating. But we came back with a win against Guimarães and a 5-2 win against Braga, who I think at the time were third. We then beat Belenenses 2-0, who were awful, and I can't believe we only won 2-0. We then beat Santa Clara with a hat-trick from Ali Obina, which is delightful. We drew 0-0 with Sporting, which is unfortunate. I think if you look at the stats of that game, yeah, we should have won that game. They are the closest challengers to us at the moment. We then beat Freya Mundi 7-0. Rio Ave was beaten 4-0 then. We got a hat-trick for Bailey there, lovely stuff. Nacional de Madeira, a 2-0 win. Graham Daly getting some goals. Firenze, Ali Obina with 2 more. Vergoen with a hat-trick. Academica, everybody scoring. 5 different scorers against Beira-Mar. Bailey getting 4 against Benfica in a 5-0 win. We then smashed Leria, where Vergoen got 2, and then we beat Covilla 2-0 to mean the league looks like this. After 20 games, we are 8 points clear at the top of the league. Unbelievably, Sporting have had a poor run of form this season. Despite looking pretty strong, they do occasionally drop points. They drew 0-0 with Santa Clara. They had a draw with Benfica. They lost to Nacional de Madeira, which is ridiculous. And you see that they've also drawn with Guimarães. The other team that we care about is Porto, who, after having their sort of streak of winning forever this decade broken by us, have gone on to lose another couple of games. Early doors in the league, they drew 0-0 with Guimarães. They lost to Sporting. They drew with us. Then the next game they lost to Benfica. So they're not in great shakes. They then drew with Santa Clara, who are having a fantastic season against the big teams except for us. And then they lost again to Sporting, which means that, we are a long way ahead of Porto here. We have them actually in a couple of days' time. If you look at our fixture list, the next league game that we have is against Porto. So we'll almost certainly lose that. Today, the video we're going to be is Inter versus Porto. But if we look at the rest of our things, I'll go through the Champions League. So we drew Zenit, Sevilla, and Brøndby. We beat Zenit 2-0. We beat Sevilla 1-0. We beat Brøndby 1-0. We then played Brøndby, beat them 2-0. We lost 2-0 away to Zenit, but at this point we were already qualified, and I was confident that the Sporting game was more important, so I rested a couple of players. And then we beat Sevilla 1-0 again, meaning we come top of our group and draw the mighty Inter Milan. We will do that in 2 videos because that's too long a gap for me to play. We'll probably do Inter and Guimarães as the next video after this one today. And then in the league, then in cups, so we got through to the semi-final of the Taça de Portugal, but unfortunately we went out 3-2 to Porto. A last gasp goal from them in the second leg knocked us out. And in the League Cup, where's the League Cup? So we beat Rio Ave 4-1, Benfica 8-2. So we like playing Benfica this season. And then we beat Olhanense 3-0 to put us through to the semi-final, which is a one-off game against Santa Clara. So that will be fun as well. So we might get to a cup final this year. We don't know. I don't think we'll get past Inter Milan, to be honest. So in terms of Europe, I think this is as far as we will go, but let's see. In we come. So we're not doing great in Europe. It's a little it's tough because we're doing fine, but I mean, I don't think we're quite ready to go into the challenging for European titles thing, except for maybe the Europa League. You can see here that we're struggling with sort of players who can actually play. I think we're going to play Zocli in goal for this. We have Jesus Ramos, who can join the party, and he'll go on the wing. And then up front, Bailey's slightly injured, so he's not going to play. He'll be back for the Porto game probably. We'll go with the team that we have out on the pitch at the moment. Although Atoi's not fit either. Do we not have a better defensive midfielder? Not really. Okay, so we'll play Herschel Green there then, because he can sort of mix it up in that midfield slot. I would have liked to have... See, the thing is, if we beat Porto, we're almost certain to win the league. And I kind of want to get to the point where we can win the league on a regular basis before we really focus in on winning the Champions League. So yeah, my thoughts are, do we still not really care about the Champions League? I would have, I think, if I had the opportunity, played a slightly weakened side here, with the knowledge that we're going to be playing Porto soon. But we don't have a choice. We can only play the players we have. So there we go. Jambrich to Gallus. They're playing 4-4-2. They're third in Serie A, so they are... I suppose technically that would make them... They must be about the same quality as us. They've still got Nat Curitan at right back, which is outrageous. He's 37, and I don't think he would do very well in League One with the stats that he has. I mean, he's still defensively, his positioning and tackling are still great, but he's obviously just the slowest man alive, which is a shame. Oh, Chioke Garba fouling with Vergoen for a free kick here, and Varela makes a good save. An away goal here would obviously set things up very nicely for us, but as is usually the case with two-legged European ties, we will probably not get one and then struggle and go out on away goals. Daly to Vasileu, puts the ball through, but the deflected shot still managed to find its way to the goalkeeper's arms. Yeah, I signed I'll maybe show him off later, maybe not. There's no real point yet, he's only 18. But I signed a young Greek striker for £3.6 million, who I think has the potential to be not as good, but certainly reminiscent of Statis Pornos at San Marino. If he develops as well as he is rumoured that he will, then he will be an absolute legend of the game. Suspicions in my brain say that he'll just be a fine striker. Speaking of which, Graham Daly has really come on. He spent a little bit of time trying to sort of adjust, but he then has... Oh, it's good effort, good save. He has really sort of kicked on a bit, and he's now a very good player. Scored a couple of important goals. He's slightly taller than Oz, so he plays a little bit better in that ability to hold the ball up and nod it on a little bit more. He's a good player, and scores about as many as what's his name did, Mendonça. Oh, Vergoen's been put through, and we have our goal. Vasileu, what a lovely ball. Vergoen scores. He's got more goals this season than he's had appearances, Vergoen, because he's played mostly as a substitute and not started that many, but he's got something like 25 goals. Vasileu, lovely ball through. The central defender there was absolutely pulled out of position, Garcia. And just before half-time, we take a lead with an away goal as well. That's important. Vergoen strike. Okay, so let's... I'm pleased with how things are going. Keep it up. Try and just keep it calm, because we need to have some energy for... Oh, they've gone funky formation. We need to have some energy for the Porto game, because that's the one I care about. If we don't lose that, that's important, really. I think that game is at their place, however, and we don't usually have a very good record there. So we'll see. Luckily, it's now at the point where, because they're now starting to drop points like normal football teams do, them being Sporting and Porto, we don't have to rely every year on beating them just to have a chance of winning the league, which is nice. Of course, if we lose both this and the Sporting game that we have left this season, then that will not help. Nat Curitan fouls. Kovac puts the ball across towards Mateo, but Gallus gets it away. And what on earth was that? Rubbish. 50 minutes gone. Race to Ramos. Herschel Green to Race. Herschel Green. Lovely ball forward to Ramos. Back to Race again. Puts it into Vergoen, who... Oh, that would have been a sensational goal. And who's been... Okay, so Vergoen has actually taken a knock. We're going to bring on Oz. And I think we'll take off Kovac as well. Emilson has been really good this season, and he will be starting against Porto, assuming he doesn't get injured here. Oz wins that, interestingly. Oh, Emilson, not on the same wavelength there. Herschel Green to Martin. Oh, also, the January transfer window was suddenly like a flurry of bids for our players. We didn't sell anyone, but all of our players were having interest in them from big sides. Vasileu, oh, if only he could finish, he'd be one of the best midfielders in the world. Race to Oz. Running across goal with it to Emilson. Oh, Varela gets there first. Herschel Green to Vasileu. Out to Martin. Vasileu. Oh, Ramos somehow gets there. Can he try and cross it in? Somehow that's gone out for a goal kick. I don't really understand. It's fine. 64 minutes gone, 65 minutes gone. We better think about making our final change. Oz, Emilson. Oh, Jambrecht gets there, but Daly now has the ball. Daly, can he go big wide? No. Bairo to Valk. Philippe through to Valk. It's a goal for Inter Milan, but we still have the advantage. Komorius, I think, will have to come on, shore up that midfield, give us a bit more energy, some running. 67 minutes gone. Gosh. Just don't concede a second. Don't be behind and have to win that next game. Oh, okay. It's a corner. The sound levels seem very low to me. I listened to a couple of the episodes that I uploaded and they seem to be quite quiet. I don't know if that's... I mean, I haven't changed any settings, but... Just checking that the microphone's working, but it is. Valk heads it to Vert. Race. Now then, Zokli go back to Race and up the line to Ramos. Ramos up the line again to Oz. Oz in the middle of Komorius. Lovely ball to Emilson. Oh, okay. Martin puts the ball into Ramos. Oh, man. Emilson, I thought he was just going to go round the keeper and slot that home into an empty net, but he went way too far, way too wide. Curitan still is playing ridiculously well. Like, he's still keeping the ball off people. He's 100 years old. Thank you, Ramos. Run up the wing. You've got so much space you could have run into there. Ramos up the line to Herschel Green, surely offside. No, Oz. Oh, it was a nice little bit of nice movement there up the left. Really, there is a chance to get down that left wing to attack Curitan, but we're not making the most of it. Zokli up towards Daly, doesn't get there. Ramos picks it up, however. Race to Wirtz. Oh, what a terrible ball. And why they decided to charge at it like that. I mean, madness. That's classic Football Manager. Like, one player gets sort of just assigned to that ball and has to go and try and get it. It's a bit like FIFA when they do that, where you try to play it through a through ball and it just sort of attaches to a different player. Komorius to Daly. Oh, tackle, nicely done. This is a pretty even game. There's not been many chances. Philippe into Martins. Oh, and he's given a penalty away and he's going to get sent off, isn't he? Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Oh, God damn it. Well, there's a possibility that he misses. Even if he doesn't miss, it doesn't matter that much, I suppose. But so at least he's only suspended for European ties. Jambrecht with the penalty, sorry, and he scores pretty comfortably. Lovely bit of composure there in the 86th minute. First goal of the season, of course. Why have they got their left back taking penalties? Lovely. I mean, easy when the goalkeeper walks to the other side of the goal before you take your penalty, I find. Oh, man. Oh, well. Oh, don't concede a third. Don't concede a third. Thank you, Zokli. Jambrecht. Why do they have him at right back? Oh, Zokli makes another fantastic save. In these last few minutes here, we really were hanging on. Well, 2-1 is not bad. Unlucky. they had a pretty good game. Zocoli played well. Martin was unfortunate to get sent off for that. I felt like he wasn't. He said he was the last man, but I don't feel like it was in that sense the last man. Let's issue him a warning. I'm not going to fine him for that. I don't think it was that bad. Vital to keep the goal. Keeps him with a shout. I'm not going to complain about that because I'll get fined. How much of an impact do you think Yeah, Davil was pretty good. Do you agree with those who believe the League Cup draws? But yes, it's been okay. Why are you asking me about that in the middle of all this stuff? Jean, I mean, it's not a lack of discipline to get a red card in that situation. It's just unfortunate. Okay, so I'm going to pause the recording. We'll be back for Porto in a sec. Okay, we're back. You won't believe how long it's been. It's been 3-something hours since we played the Porto game. Since we played the Inter game. But anyway, we're back. So it remains to be the case. So we've had an extra day to prepare for this game. They played Lyon the day after we played Inter, but both of our games are away, both of their games are at home. So they're in a much better situation than us. However, in between this game and the Inter game, Sporting played out another 0-0 draw for in the league, meaning that even if we lose today, which could happen, we're away from home at Hulk Park. Even if we lose, we might actually, we'll still be in a pretty comfy position. They've got a chappie there who's just hit him hard. Okay, so let's tell the guys to go out and do their thing. We're in good form. We lost to Inter, but we had a man sent off, which was what gave them the win. So, we should have been a draw. They drew as well. And we are in sensational form in the league generally. Oh, Vergoen taken out there. I mean, it was a bit of probably nothing much going on there, really. Rovik still playing for Porto, despite being the oldest man in the world, other than Nat Curitan, of course. Rovik, a player who played for us in San Marino, and I think I sold before we left, before I left San Marino, which means that it's been, like, this is the 11th or 12th season since I've been at Aves. So, he must be 35, 36 at this point. Poor bloke. Just let him retire. Okay, Daly gets the ball. Bailey is back fit, by the way. He's only got 90% fitness. So Emilson. So he's back fit, only has 90% fitness, so I didn't include him in the starting 11. I thought I would be better placed in bringing him on as sort of an explosive substitute later on in the game. We might be wrong in that thinking, and by we, I mean you as well. You're part of this if we lose. If we win, I'm part of this, and it's entirely me. Ferber out to Vic. Doesn't matter how old you are, you can still cross the ball. It's one of my great management mottos. Vergoen, Steeks. Oh, damn. The messing up of the language means you know that it's not going to be a goal. There we are. Okay, Alcarni to Lyran. Mauro to Young. I hate the formation they play. There's something about it. There's something about their team. It's just frustrating. It's not frustrating. It's just annoying. Anyway, Murillo. I don't know why we can't beat them particularly. Like, they're not that great in my opinion. They're pretty good. You got to say that they're certainly the best other team other than maybe Sporting. But we're able to beat Sporting. I mean, we beat Sporting 3-0 at the end of the last season. And we didn't lose to them this season. There we go. We absolutely dominated them in terms of possession. I showed you the stats. We're down here. We're down here at 1-0, of course. Mauro. Oh, there's a flare. I've never seen that before. There's a flare in the stands. A flare in the stands. My. Young. Oh dear. It's 2-0 straight away. Now, this puts us in a fine position because we're still 6 points clear. So, yeah. have us have it all to do. We do. We certainly do have it all to do. It seems unlikely we're going to come back into this, I suppose. We could get back to 2-2 maybe. We did in the league. No, we nearly did in the cup semi-final. We went 2-0 down in that and then came back to 2-1, and we really should have scored an equaliser, but we just didn't. Yuminov, good name. He's all yummy. Martin to Vasileu. Vasileu shoots, and his shooting is not great. He has scored a few very good goals in recent times, actually, but no, they're not at all. Race to Herschel Green. Race, can he go all the way across? No, Vasileu to Herschel Green, playing in defensive midfield. I think I should have corrected that. Martin to Vasileu. Martin, can he cross? He does. Vergoen, the ball falls to Emilson. Was that a shot? You said it. He said he fired it in low across the body of the keeper. I mean, there's nothing more across the body than nowhere near. Vergoen to Petrov. Petrov up the line to Vergoen. And now Vasileu finds Emilson. Emilson into Daly, and Daly scores. That is lovely stuff. And that was a very nicely worked move. And it puts us in a very good situation for this here second half. Vasileu to Emilson. Lovely. Oh, it's a back heel. It's sick and tired and disgusting. 2-1. Emilson's the best man alive. Okay, so we've got some people here who are not playing well. You've been unlucky so far. And then I'm going to passion them all up a bit. Can't help but notice that the chap I told them to kick the 7 shades out of, they haven't actually done that. He's still on the pitch. Petrov loses to Lille. Now they have 3 or 4 men poised to spring a break. Lille again. May. Lille is was it Lille that's the Mexican striker who keeps being sort of involved with our international failures? Murillo, and it's blocked and behind for a corner. Ferber puts the ball back in. We get it away. Falls to Alcani. Now to Liran. Is he going to have a shot? No. Young. We're forcing them back nicely. Murillo tries to put it across. Lille probably could have got there if he'd just been a bit more uppity. Liran into towards Lille, but Castro makes a good stop. 58 minutes. Petrov towards the back post. Terrible free kick in that position, really. Oh! Martin has a shot from range. It goes through and hits a man. It's gone off for a corner. Petrov's ball comes in. Mathieu. Oh no, Wirtz really should have got there. That's still onside. Petrov in the middle. Herschel Green, no, and all of the things. They've got 2 men down. Rovik is one of them. Petrov looking tired, unable to really change that up, though. We do have Dino King-Atwell. Why is he not on the starting 11? On he comes, and Mathieu's not playing well, but I think with a bit more defensive cover, we might be okay. Let's also now take off Vergoen for the man, the myth, the Bay legend. Rovik looks like he's going to be removed from the sitch, probably in the longest way possible. They'll probably walk off to, oh no, he is actually at least going here. Sometimes they go down like, oh, let's walk off over this part. Anyway, throwing for us. Oh, and we've been the kind ones. I wish there was an option to like make your team cocks and just be like, no, if you get that kind of thing, you just play it to our team. Score a goal, please. Never mind. Herschel Green battling for it. He's gone down. He's stayed down. That's concerning. Ferber to Lille. They're not going to get rid of it, so it's up to us to tackle them and get the ball off. There comes the ball to Daly. May to Young. May Young. Classic. I think Herschel Green might have to come off here, so let's take him off preemptively, because he's not going to get any better. Herschel Green comes off. Komorius comes on. Vic is now leaving the field. 2-1 still. I felt like, for some reason, it was 2-2. Yeah. King-Atwell gets in there. Martin. Daly heads down to Emilson. Emilson up the line. No. To Komorius. Back to Martin. Martin up to Daly. Lovely stuff. Emilson. Through to Bailey. Great save from Lenko. Young. Good persistence there from him to win that ball back. Eogan Wirtz tackles. Race clears. It's not a race thing, guys. 78 minutes gone. Afkir to Liran. Komorius with a lovely interception. Okay. That's unfortunate. Oh man, I waited such a long time to record this video. At least I got that out of it. Interesting formation they've chosen there. Petrov with the ball in towards Mathieu at the back post, but his head's well wide. That's a shame. I don't think I've ever seen that in Football Manager before. It's good. It's nice that it's like that you can still entertain. Mathieu to race to Petrov to King Atois. It's still making me chuckle. King Atois, what are you going to do with it, bro? To Comorius to Emilson. Emilson smashes over. We've had our chances. It's been fairly even, yeah. Just none of our chances have really been on target. Yeah, so there we go. That's our first defeat of the domestic season. 3-1 loss here to Porto. That's a shame. Janis Comorius. Interesting that Marcelo Castro has a motivation mistake led to goal, but he doesn't. There we go. Well, we lost. Porto up to second, but it doesn't matter because we're still 6 points clear. And with only 9 games to go, the chances of us dropping those points are getting fewer and fewer. Let's look at our fixtures. So we'll be back for these 2 games, Inter and Guimarães. Yeah, we'll play those on camera. Otherwise, I'll play the Rio Ave and Santa Clara games. And then we'll be back probably for if we get to a cup final. And then when we win the league, if we do that. So I'll see you in a bit, guys. Thanks for watching and goodbye.